Welcome back. So this is my second video, and I will be talking about the books that I want to read for the month of May, my book haul, whatever you may call it. But I'm very excited to do this. And as you see, I'm sporting a sporty look. So, you know, when you got shoulders like these, you just kind of want to show them off. So number one on my list is Bitterblue. It is the third and final book of the Graceling realm. I loved the first book. Absolutely adored Graceling. And then Fire really let me down because it was more of a prequel. But this book, I'm really hoping ties it all together and makes me fall in love again because I need some lovin'. What? I mean, I need... What? I mean, I don't need any lovin'. Oh man, this is a little awkward, isn't it? I just mean Kristin, Cashore needs to really amp it up for me to make me fall back in love with the series. And this book follows a main character from the very first book. 8 years has passed. So we're going to see kind of what is going to happen. It's really cool because she is a really cool character, and I don't know, I should tell you about it, but I don't really want to give too much away. But basically it just follows her, and she's young, and so yeah, that's all I can say. So I told you a lot, but anyways, I'm really interested, and by the end of the month I'll definitely tell you just how good it is or how terrible it was, like Fire. In the theme of finishing off trilogies, I am also going to read The Death Cure by James Dashner. So I loved book 1 and 2, and this one is going to be in the same vein, obviously, but he survived the maze, he survived the Scorch Trials, and now apparently in this book we find some type of ultimate truth. And will it spell the end and dispel everything that he's known? This corporation called Wicked is wicked. We just need to see what happens. I really want to know. I'm really excited to read this one. My brother has already read this series. He also read the prequel, which I've yet to do. He said the prequel was terrible, so I don't know if I want to get into that, but I do want to see how this finishes out, and I'll let you know. The third book that I want to read this month is the second book of the Razorland series called Outpost by Aguirre. This is the second book, like I was saying. The first book was Enclave. Enclave was super good to me, so that kind of scares me because if you know anything about how I felt about Graceling, I fell in love, and in the second book I just slit my neck and my wrists, and I was just bleeding out profusely, but somehow I'm still alive. Maybe I'm a zombie or something. I hope this book doesn't let me down. Again, this follows Deuce. She had to survive topside. She's kind of found a settlement up there, and we'll see what happens. But please don't let me down. Please. The next 3 books I've had on my list forever, and I've actually been reading them since March. The first of these is The Darkest Minds. It's by Alexandra Bracken. What's kind of cool is it follows follows Ruby, who on her 10th birthday she realized something's changed, and her parents lock her away, and she goes to these rehabilitation camp, and it kind of talks about this world. And this book is really good, and I don't know why I haven't gone through it all the way, but I am really excited to finish it because what I've read so far, it's really good. So check it out for sure, and I'll give you some updates here at the end of the month, and hopefully I get it done. The next one is Sabriel. It is the first book of the Abhorsen trilogy. basically this follows Sabriel, who is just a really cool character. I'm pretty early on in this book, but basically her dad is like one of the, who is Abhorsen, is one of the greatest wizards of all time. And there's this old kingdom where the dead is, and basically they're necromancers. So she goes to a boarding school and in Ceciltier, which is not part of the old kingdom, and it follows her, and her father goes missing and she has to go find out what's going on. So far it's really good, and it's high fantasy, which is something I really like, but I need to get that finished, man. Shoot. The last one is The Martian by Andy Weir. I took a step out of my young adult range, and this is just straight up sci-fi, adult sci-fi. And the writing in it is really, really awesome. Basically, this guy stranded on Mars. He has to survive, and he knows he's going to die. And the writing in it is just so flawless, and it's exactly like how I would talk and write if I were stranded somewhere. It's beautiful, and I actually heard that they're going to make it into a movie starring Matt Damon, which on the casting of Matt Damon, that's not who I saw, but Matt Damon's a good actor, so I'm sure it's going to be good. Alright, so I made it through. So I think that's a total of 6 books I'm going to read this month. I have a good friend who wants me to start the Wolves of Mercy Falls and read the first book, Shiver. So I may add that onto the list, but we'll see. But I appreciate you tuning in. And do you have a needle and thread on you? Can I borrow it? Why? Oh, 'cause I'm ripped.